Well, Scott, I'm excited for this conversation. In preparation for it, I was going through your website, through your profile, and there was a phrase that you mentioned a lot about preparing for the game of the second half of your life. In your, from your point of view, when does that second half life start?
That is a great question. And I just want to thank you, Alejandro, for the privilege of being able to be in this conversation with you today. Um, the second half of life is a phrase that I have heard articulated by Father Richard Rohr, who wrote a fabulous book called Falling Upward. Um, there's other folks David Brooks mentions, he talks about this a little bit in The Second Mountain. And it's around the idea of thinking of life as having two parts. In the first half of life, that's when you're getting educated and going out and earning a living. So it's about education and occupation. And hopefully along the lines, or maybe if it's what you want, you're also, raising a family and doing that sort of thing. The second half of life is when we're either nearing the end or have already ended our obligations around raising a family, earning a living, and we are seeking to find a little bit more fulfillment and forge a little bit more meaning from our life by tapping into our inherent unique gifts. So the second half of life often begins in midlife. Sometimes it begins with a midlife crisis. But in my work, helping people to find the difference only they can make so they can live their legacy in the second half of life by defining the difference only they can make and play their game all in and full out. I'm finding that there are a lot of younger people in their 20s, 30s, early 40s, who are recognizing that the game as defined by institutionalized education and occupation is not the game that they want to play, that they actually want to get clearer on what their game is and want to not be chasing the fame and the fortune, the status, the stuff, and instead want to live a life that feels a little more fulfilling and meaningful. So that's a long answer to a short question, but the thumbnail sketch version is second half of life often begins in midlife, 40 to 65. It can certainly start a lot sooner.